It seems like it's full of, kind of greenery. Purplery. What was the green gobbler? That's a toilet thing. Listen, when you're old enough and you're excited about unclogging your fucking toilet, you get the green gobbler. You go to fucking Home Depot, you spend $30 fucking dollars because your shit's the size of a football, and the green gobbler goes and it gobbles up the poo. That must be hype. You pour it down your toilet or like a drain, and it basically unclogs things. You know, trust me, I've got remedies for drains and different things. I mean, that's just what it means to be an adult, man. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have thought of a single thing. But, you know, if you've got drainage issues and you can kind of resolve them on your own, I mean, the green gobbler is great. It's also terrible for pipes. Well, I used it once. It's that, or you call up a plumber and he comes in and fucking $300. You know, I have a snake. I've got a plunger. I sat there plunging the fucking toilet for like an hour, and then Ivana tried. Yeah, not very good. But that was like last week. We're way good. We're past that. We're fine. I just got one shot. I don't even know. But I'm dead. I got deleted. Deleted. Don't speak too soon. Well, you flush toilet paper. You don't flush the whole roll. Whoops.
Hey Toby, how it's going?
Good.
By the way, you don't have to do the set games calls. I'm at work right now on my 30 minutes break.
You're good, buddy. Hey, no, you did say that. I remember you wanted to tell me that today. When you're ready for them, you let me know, bro. And again, thank you for the dono on that. That's awesome of you, dude. We will be playing League regardless, so... you know, I know Verez is here for his Gragas games, and then we can hold off on yours. No, you know what? Okay, when it comes to talking about how to play games, people do genuinely want people to succeed, right? People want to help. That's why people typically backseat. I don't think they backseat for the sake of, like, being dickheads. Like, I understand that. Some people who try to backseat for the sake of being a dickhead to spoil games, way different. But, like, you know, when most people say, oh, you should do this and this and this, it's from a place of, like, help, not, you know, ill intent. GANGPLANK with a tier 1. Thank you, bro. Like, I completely understand it. It's just, you know, the way I approach some games and some experiences is I would love to just do it in the dark. You know, if I really get stuck, I let people know. But, you know, there's a few valid things like, go to the Ripper doc and check this out. You know, you should try and check out, you know, potential gun upgrades and stuff like that. Like, that's fine. That's helpful. You know, sometimes I do forget. And, It's fine to do, just as long as it's not, you know, the entire chat room. Then I think my brain is okay. But yeah, I understand completely that that's just what people want to do. But I do think every game we've played in this event, I'm just gonna keep playing Herald of Darkness, dude, because there's no other song requests, and that's fine. And this is a good song. I don't know why it didn't ignite her. What was I gonna say? Every game we've played, I have thoroughly experienced. There wasn't one game where I kind of breezed through it and said, man, what a waste of time. You know? Like, I've experienced it as like a blind playthrough, a solid attempt to understand the story, the game, everything. And a lot of that stuff is awesome. I mean, Cyberpunk's interesting. The goal of, well, Resident Evil 5 and 6 are kind of garbage, but, like, I still gave them a chance. For the sake of Cyberpunk, I mean, it is an RPG. You know, for the sake of RPGs, you have to kind of give the player the ability to create their own playstyle, right? Like, you got to sit there and theory craft and say, okay, maybe I want this and this and this. The RPG elements of Cyberpunk fit perfectly.
You've concerns, do you?
They're excellent.
I can change that. Can you play the Rude Sandstorm, please?
You got it, sir. After this song again, we can do that, okay? Techno, thank you, man. Isn't that like an old meme song? Darude Sandstorm. All the youngins used to bump to this in the clubs. Whoa. Almost got one shot by a click on.
I really want to stay at your house by Rosa Walton and
God.
Hallie Coggins Plaza XDD.
Yo, Sturdy, thank you, man. You got it, son. After this song, the next one, you got it, buddy. Wait, so is all of that music created for Cyberpunk? All of it. Even that song? It was all made for the sake of, like, Night City and the world? They didn't pull from, like, what we have? All of it. Like, that's incredible. That's awesome. That right there is, like, well, most of it. Maybe not all of it, but, like, that's world building, dude. That's when you know the devs want something special, something immersive, right? Although there's nothing wrong with...
Enjoyers unite.
All three of us. There's nothing wrong with, like, you know, going back and picking through music that you think fits the scenes in your head, you know, for your game, right? Like, Kojima has a great way of doing that.
Red heart emoji, red heart emoji, red heart emoji.
Emojis! He's a youngin'. Not every game's gonna do that, but you can have ambient music be made, but if we're talking, like, actual band music... Nice. Oh, there you go, old yeller. Good night, sweet boy. Made him think he was bigger than Konami. I really... You know what's so great about Kojima? Is he takes risks. He's one of the guys who I think firmly believes in his own vision, and I gotta respect that. Because what he does, truly you don't see anywhere else. You know, he has an idea.
I'm painting 100 Death Guard Poxwalkers.
Good luck.
Love from Papa Nurgle.
Papa Nurgle! Bro, I'd love to do Warhammer, but we have no time. Good luck with that. That sounds miserable. No, Kojima's... You gotta respect, like... You know, it's... The craziest thing about being an artist, again, someone trying to sell something is... It is their vision. You know, they can play off other previously made things and say, man, well, this genre did pretty well, and this did pretty well. But Kojima really just creates his own fucking game. Creates his own, like, experience. You know? Like, it mainly... You could say, like, oh, Metal Gear is reminiscent of maybe a different game that's got stealth mechanics and all that shit. Whatever, right? Like, there's a lot of games out there. But for the sake of the story... and what's being put into the games, it's very fresh. Like, that's why Death Stranding is so good. It doesn't feel... It's not a bad thing, but it's also very unique. It's an experience that's great, but somewhere you... It's something you don't get anywhere else, you know? If it was garbage and still unique, I mean, that'd be different, but, like, his vision felt pretty well realized. Very strange, though, but, you know, it's exciting. That's at least from what I've seen. So, you know, Death Stranding 2 is something we are going to play. Like, I haven't played all of the... I haven't played all the Metal Gears, so I have no clue, but... Nice. Cool. I saw that too. If you don't play, I think I'm always on the shitter when I'm reading Twitter. That's the only acceptable place to be for that crap. And I ended up seeing the Kojima thing where it was like he wants to make a game where if you don't play, you know, for a while, your character loses skill sets. Yeah. That's crazy though, right? Like, who's gonna do that but Kojima? And if people love that, that's awesome. If it's done well, obviously. You know, you don't really want the same slop. You want something different. You want something exciting. You want something that's, like, fresh and fun. You know, you don't want to wake up and be like, man, I gotta play fucking, you know, all these boring dribble games that we've seen time and time again, right? Like, oh, imagine playing a FIFA game over and over and over again. But instead of, like, FIFA 5, it's FIFA 6. You know, a new coat of paint, but the same fucking gameplay throughout. Like, that's boring, right? So, it's cool to see people create things that are so different. If they're good. No, it's unique, it's different. That's what FIFA is. That's exactly what I'm saying. FIFA's the same random shit with a new coat of paint every time. I don't even know what the Call of Duty games are anymore. Dude, when are we gonna get Alan Wake 3? Actually, you know what? Probably never. Probably never. I mean, even Alan Wake 2 being a thing was kind of like fan service in a way. After Control, I don't even. You know what, man? I wasn't really a fan of Control. To be honest, it was interesting.
Control 2. It's confirmed.
Is it really? Okay, I'm excited for that. See, Control wasn't bad. I just don't like the way the game was presented. I'm not a fan of the third-person, super over-the-top, action-y, superhero-y, you know. She's as powerful as she is because she's got, like, these powers and shit, right? Like, it's the whole SCP universe, right? The Foundation. But the way that game plays is just not my favorite. I think the story is interesting. It's a bit of a discounted SCP, like, you know, universe, but, like, it's interesting. It's not bad. Demon! Bro, why are you putting the demon emotes in? This was early 2000s, right? What this was?
Get to work!
Fat Guile. Thanks, buddy, for the prime. What is the song title? Bro, this is Darude Sandstorm. 78? Really? 2009?
I think you are not alone in that criticism. From what I heard, Control 2 is getting a gameplay genre shift.
Good. Good. You know, it was really weird because, like, as much as... So here's the weird thing about Control. It is made from a place of honesty. They really want something special, and they create something special. But how they went about the gameplay and the storytelling, it's a very disjointed experience. It's like a very immersive, interesting world, but everything is done through the lens of, like, an action, third-person, you know, run-and-gun, just crazy experience. Where I think a lot of that universe, a lot of the cool shit they've made for the sake of, like, the story and...
Not this immersion shit again.
No, that's what it feels like, though, straight up. Like, it's a bit of a disconnect. Like, some of it does make sense, though, where, like, again, you are powered from a different realm. A lot of the stuff you deal in are weird objects that are, I think they're called, like, artifacts of power, objects of power. It's like, it's the SCP Foundation. The powers arise from a different universe. They're struck in, you know, items and things, and people can harness those powers. Or they cause things to shift around and stuff like that. It's the SCP Foundation. And, the gameplay is very strange compared to how interesting the universe is. You know, they are coming out with a different type of control game where you end up being kind of like the cleanup crew, and it's a first-person co-op shooter, which I think might be a little bit more exciting. But the content of Control was fine. The gameplay wasn't my favorite. Alan Wake was, like, top-notch perfection. The gameplay suited the story suited the gameplay. Like, everything about it was cinema. They did live action, they did fucking cutscenes. Everything about it was just so good. So I hope they go that route with Control. You know, it doesn't need to be a movie game, but the gameplay needs to, you know, potentially complement how rich the story is, how rich the universe is. It needs to work in harmony. Legit question, did you cry when John Marston died? I don't think so. You know what Red Dead Redemption 1 was missing, and I wish they would remaster it, is it's missing a bit of a music soul.
A sight for scurvied eyes.
Enjoying the song. Unfortunately, you put on the music video song and not the actual song, which is 8 minutes
You're
long.
good, bro. I'll put that on.
May I get another Darude classic? It is called Darude Feel the Beat.
Darude... Oh. You're good, buddy. I'll turn it on now. That is my bad. I had no clue. I don't know why everyone hates this song. It sounds alright. But for the sake of Red Dead 1, you know, a remaster would be fucking perfection. It really would be perfection. Like, the reason Red Dead 2 is so heartfelt is because they take all these different aspects, the music, the writing, the gameplay, the cinematography, of, like, everything. It's all just so well done. Anime weebs. Red Dead 2 is just like a work of art. And I think for the time, Red Dead 1 is good, but it isn't to that level of Red Dead 2. You know, it doesn't have any music that evokes something, or it doesn't have...
just pain.
It doesn't have a lot of, like, super heartfelt beats, you know? And I think Red Dead 1 would use that, like, a lot.
People react to this song because of the series.
Gotcha. Well, I've never... I mean, we've heard it, but... What the fuck? Oops.
We're immensely vibing to this song, not hating on it for real, for real.
Sounds good. You know, when it comes to music, again, for the sake of gaming, songs are great, but they only really work well if it suits what's going on. And Red Dead 1 just doesn't have a lot of that. Red Dead 2 really does. Like, Red Dead 2, in terms of, you know, just every aspect of that game. Again, the music, the gameplay, the story, the characters, the world building, everything is so in harmony. Everything is just fucking melding together, and it feels like one cohesive, beautiful world. Right? Red Dead 1 is a little different. Well, context does matter, for sure. Like, this song, I'm sure if it's tied to something sad, I mean, I'd feel different about listening to it. Right? I feel different about listening to BB's song from fucking Death Stranding.
This song is associated with a character's death, all I'm going to say.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, if it's in some show or something, I mean... I don't have time to watch any shows, unfortunately. No, Red Dead it must have been a shot in the dark, right? It's like, oh, we have Grand Theft Auto, but we want to make a Western. You know? The reason they were able to go back and make something special out of it is because they had that great foundation to work from. You know? So, again, I really hope they do rework, or not rework, but, like, remaster Red Dead 1. They should remaster it. But we're talking about, like, a moneyed remaster. You know? And it should be one grand epic fucking story. Where you start with Red Dead 2, and then you play Red Dead 1. Silent Hill 2 level... No, it needs to be, like, complete ground up. Yeah, completely. Okay, this is the song you wanted, no? The actual song, which is 8 minutes long. This is not even 8 minutes. Is this it? Well, a remake, a remaster... I guess a remake. Yeah, there you go, a remake.
Can you give me a quick guide for Graves mid? I only play Graves ADC. Kisses.
Max W, shoot them with W, poke them out, and then kill them. That's like the gist of it, basically. Then you play Graves like any other champ. Sorry, is this the correct song? Is this the one you wanted? I don't think this is it. Well, you gotta go comment. This is a remix. Which one did you want? Can you just type the name of the song in chat for what it is? Darude Classic. It's called Darude Feel the Beat.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Darude Sandstorm. What's this? Sorry, was that it? Oh, that's kind of Darude Sandstorm, no? Fire! Thank God. If this isn't it, you let me know, man. We can change it. That's fine. Youch. Bella Shao! Okay, my team is gapping them. We should be able to win. How's Mochi? He's good. Mochi. He's chilling right now. He was hanging out with me earlier.
A sight for scurvy eyes.
Yes, this is the new song. The full Darude Sandstorm is 7 minutes and 26 seconds. It is on his YouTube. It is on Spotify. I'll link it on this dono if it is possible.
If you don't mind, are you able to type it in chat if you don't mind? Just type it. Because I usually don't do links. Darude Sandstorm. It's 7 minutes long. All you don't have to donate that, man. You did not have to.
Your turret has been destroyed.
If you type the name of the song, like as it appears on Spotify, I can find it. Just type the name of the song. And thank you for the donuts, man. I appreciate it, buddy. Like, I know this isn't it, but we can put the right one on. This is like some Dante's music. Kind of, not really. Well, bro, what is the name of... Hang on.
House-building song, and moonlight, these are DRs that get I welcome the end of
Right.
daily play.
Hey, Ryan, thank you, bro. No, you're right. It's true. I was, have you ever seen the panels of those guys doing, like, live Q&As? It's awesome. Sean, all of them
Love
just
these
sound like their
videos on the
characters.
editors are cooking Tobias Rare.
Macho, 19 months. Thank you, man. Oh, there's a new YouTube video that I think came out that we can watch today for sure. It's great. They're very good. They just, that's how, like, it's just their voice, but, like, they had such good direction. You know, like, because you have to direct people in speaking. Remove the spaces. Okay, what? No, it can't be on YouTube. What is the song title? Literally type the song title of the song as it appears in Spotify. Just type it in chat and I can do it. It just has to be the name of the song. Yeah, the exact title of the song that's shown.
I don't have an account, which is cursed, but you know. The song is called Darude Sandstorm. Check the artist's page, Khaled Darude. He has 2 versions of the song.
Gotcha,
Just
buddy.
look for the 7-minute one. Thank you, Tobias.
Okay, no, my bad. I didn't know that. That's my bad. Give me 2 seconds and I'll put that on, okay?
An enemy is dominating.
What am I doing?
Your team has destroyed a turret.
1 sec. Let me finish this game and I can do that, okay?
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Get these guys. Holy smokes. Dude, I had ult in like 1 second. Okay. Darude Sandstorm. Found it. 7 minutes. That is all I need. Make him count as melee. Graves is... I mean, he's a range champ, though, for sure. I don't know. I actually don't think Graves is so bad. The more I've been playing him, the more I've realized that, like, I think my mentality towards the character was wrong. You really have to kind of, like, break a character down and figure out what makes them tick. You know, you can't kind of force a playstyle onto a certain champion that just doesn't work with it. You know? You have to let the character be the character. You can play AP Graves, that works, but, like, for the sake of AD Graves... You know, how you find success isn't really ADC-wise. It's not like you're playing like an AD carry. It's like, oh, you're a range champ, but yeah, but you're a bursty, you know, kind of assassin, right? And I typically don't play assassins. I play GANGPLANK and I play TF, you know, hit-and-run characters. Not like persistent, you know, sit around, kind of burst them down type of deal. So, when it comes to figuring out Graves... You kind of just have to accept that and try to understand the playstyle. I said this for years. I'm aware you've said a few things, but, you know, when your main items are like pen items, you really are kind of that burst champ. You know, your early to mid game is burst, your late game is sustained. Because you have crit chance. You're still burst because you've got, you know, 3 bullets, but, you know. Early to mid game is a beast that's like, infinitely harder to figure out than late game. Everything is very, I have to land my Q, I have to land W, I have to land everything. My autos don't do much. Jesus. Holy Jesus. What is he doing? Why is he trying to solo that? Okay. Very strange. I'm not going to use WASD now. I use it for camera. Here he is! Brain dead Theon! Well, at least nobody's typing. I think he just tried to solo Otacon.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Okay, well, we don't lose, but... we still don't lose, it's fine. We still don't lose. If we group as 5, I think we win.
Donated €1. Press
Did
Alt
he really?
F4 if you want a bigger donation.
Alt F4! You know, MrBeast has been on Twitch before. He's donated to people. He says, hey, drink some water. And this guy drops fucking 10,000 USD. What a cursed world. What a dystopic future we're headed for. When MrBeast runs the world.
JK Tobias, it was just my autistic kitten. Hope you have a wonderful
You're good,
stream
bro.
and an ever better weekend.
Hey, you too, man. Thank you. What day is it today? Oh, today's Thursday. Okay, cool.
This is the NCPD. Your driving is so abhorrent. We've come out of the game to detain you.
Okay.
Never get in a vehicle again.
You know, my father...
The enemy's inhibitor has
actually
Everyone pay!
was gonna teach me how to drive one day. MrBeast! Drink. I don't have water. No! I threw everything away. I have no water on me. I'm so sorry. I'll have water after the game. We should be ending.
team has destroyed a turret.
Pantheon is very, dead set. You know what? I'm gonna say that's winning.
Mr. Breast, give me money.
I'm gonna say that's losing. Swain is a beast, though. Hey, let me go get my water. Actually, I do need water, though. One sec.
An enemy is legendary. Enemy double kill.
What? Here. Water. Real Canadian, natural spring water. Yum. Water's awesome. Source
Is it
of...
real like in Cyberpunk?
It says it's real. Yikes, son. You know, the fact that in the far future of, like, you know, 2077, I mean, they gotta advertise using real water, right? That's how fucked we are as a species if we end up there. Although I feel like, are we depleting the world's water? Like, the oceans are pretty vast, you know?
Don't
And with
spend
water
it all in
purification?
one place.
Oh, MrBeast, God bless you! You know, I've actually eaten... I don't know if you guys have had it, but I've tried the MrBeast burger. It's incredibly greasy. It's a smash burger, and you can kind of, like, squeeze the grease out of it. But then again, that's not really his doing, right? I think he actually stopped making those burgers because they were all franchised, and he couldn't keep the quality consistent, right? So, in turn, it makes him look bad, you know? I thought it was, like, okay taste-wise, but, you know, if you're squeezing a burger and you've got fucking grease coming out... There was your Darude, sir. That's an iconic song. It's playing again! I guess it'll play again until the end of the game.
The meat in Cyberpunk is mostly stock synthetic proteins made
Yep.
from bugs and shit.
Yep.
Food and water is definitely an experience.
You know what that reminds me of is Snowpiercer. You ever see Snowpiercer? Where they had like the gelatinous bricks of like cockroaches? I mean, you make do with what you've got, but like the humans kind of end up. For the sake of Snowpiercer, I don't think the humans fucked the world. I think nature fucked the world. I could be wrong. No, that was a great movie. I think it was a book at one point, right? But, you know. From greasy to has cockroaches. Okay, well, we're talking about, like, a movie versus, like, reality. For the sake of,
You've concerns, do ya?
Captain, time to refill your peanut bag.
Peanuts! I will go do that after this, sir. Thank you for the dono. IRL GANGPLANK. And, I know you did subscribe earlier, man. Thank you, bro. I will go get my nuts after this. I'll take a 2-minute break. I'll go get some nuts. Thanks, man. No, peanuts are great. I don't know if it's like... Me eating peanuts might be...
You can scan meat at some point and
Shit.
it makes a certain percentage of the being unknown, but it's alluded to be human meat monkey.
I mean, in the far future like that, I'm sure a lot of things are pretty fucked up. And no corporation's gonna tell you.
Nutrition in Cyberpunk is better than low-cost food in real life.
Maybe. Well, you'd have the technology to make it kind of sustainable, but like... I mean... I guess technology diff. I was just gonna say, for the sake of... I like how I ended up dashing on accident into fucking Seraphine's ult.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
That game was kind of shit. What was I gonna say?
Your turret has been destroyed.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind, it's fine. I'm old. Okay. Well, that's the end of that one. What I need to do is halt the replay of Darude Sandstorm. And I need to put on, House Building and Moonlight. What was I gonna say? What the fuck was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry, let me go get my nut bag. Yeah, I need my nuts. 1 sec, folks. Dementia! I don't even know what I was supposed to be saying. In the moment, I knew what it was, and then 50 other things hit my brain, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. 1 sec, folks.